Hello, beautiful beings. Sorry about the appearance. I've been up for a little while, but I mean, it is so intense today. The shedding is so intense today. I am shedding tremendous amounts of anxiety. It feels like labor, like it feels like emotional labor, shedding anxiety and fear. Oh my gosh. Just these like waves of anxiety. Like there's something like I'm scared. I'm so scared. That's what it feels like. And my stomach hurts and I feel like throwing up and oh my gosh. If you're feeling this too, just know that it's seriously, it's universal, it's global, and it's the lessons I've been in with this alcoholic male roommate are coming to a head, and that's bringing up a lot of fear for me. I set a firm boundary yesterday about if he can come home at night and be mean and disrespectful to me, then we are going to talk about it in the morning when he gets up for work. That's only fair. So, I set that boundary and he sent me a text message telling me that I'm fucked, and that scared me. Even though I know there's no way that that can happen. And so instead of just staying in that fear place, I'm like, okay, I follow it through, follow it through. So why am I feeling so much fear? I have to follow it through. I cannot just stay in the fear part, even though I'm still feeling it right now. He's not even here, but just the constant being triggered, just because I still have that pain body inside of me, just I'm able to, well, they're actually saying it's a natural response too, to being around an angry person, that feeling, that gut ache that I get, a lot of people get that. But I feel like it's just been torture because I am a very peaceful person, but I'm still shedding that personal identity, that the PTSD, I'm still shedding that, and he's a great presenter for that. Oh, so, the last thing on my mind was recording this video. But it's one way that I feel better. It helps me feel better. And there's nothing more important to me than getting back to presence. I called my mom. I was like, okay, who should I call? Because I suffered by myself for a while. Because I have tools. I can handle stuff on my own for a while, but sometimes when I'm shedding like so much anxiety and fear, like I am right now, I need to talk to somebody. And so I prayed, and my mom came up immediately. Your mom. Call your mom. Call your mom. So I called my mom, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And there's something about talking to somebody that I feel so safe with, that I trust. I trust with my life. Oh, like once I hear her voice, I just, I just can let go and just cry, and oh my gosh, I just feel comforted immediately. And I'm just like, the anxiety is so high, mom. And this isn't anxiety in the way of, when I used to have anxiety every single day of my life. No, this is different. This is a shedding, and it is super powerful and super painful and super scary. However, I know that right on the other side of this is even more clarity. And they're saying actually during it too, because I mean, my mom and I just had the most candid and open conversation we have ever had. And I'm not exaggerating. I don't need to. My life is hugely magical and magnificent enough. I never need to, you know, embellish anything. So we did. We just got done having such a life-giving conversation. Wow. So, this is a gift. What I'm going through is a gift, and I know that, and I this is such great practice for me to, because immediately when I'm feeling like this, when all this is coming up and leaving, I want to escape. I don't want to be in my body. My immediate is to run away. But where am I going to run to? I'm right here. I'm always right here. It's the mind that wants to run away. And so my practice through this is to dive into presence. Because that's where I am, and that's where nothing is wrong. And getting a message that I'm effed from my drunk man roommate can't touch me there. And this is where I am. This is who I am. I am presence. It takes a little while to like remember that, for the like my mind to remember that when it feels so taken over by, by fear. Oh, wow. I have a to thine own self be true situation also. I could barely sleep last night because of it. See, it makes me want to cry. Just thinking about doing it. I've been talking about my work, how I'm just like hanging in there because they're so amazing, and I just have so much faith in them that, I'm just gonna have plenty of work. Well, yeah, indeed, they found a new client that I'm supposed to go to on Wednesday, and the people are going to be there, which is, okay, to a housekeeper, a house cleaner, just like a regular one, not me, but even a regular one. One of the worst scenarios is like a 6-bedroom house with the owners there, and they are super anal. Like, if you don't know what anal means, it means perfect. And my boss already told me that they haven't been able to keep anybody for 2 weeks, for even 2 weeks. I'm a really, I consider myself a professional housekeeper. So good. But I can't live up to those expectations, and the people being there, that's one major reason I clean houses, is so I don't have to be around people's energy. And now, so I already talked to my boss about it yesterday. I didn't plan on it, but I went to pick up my paycheck, and it just came out. So for me, this isn't just me being sensitive. This is me picking up already on how it feels, because that's what I can do. That's part of my gift. So I'm crying right now just because I'm just processing. And so, society says, well, you need the money, just suck it up. Just do it. You do what you gotta do. But I have definitely seen that no matter how hard it is, when I make the decision to honor myself and to be really loving to myself and say, you do not have to do this. And it doesn't mean I'm weak. It means I'm accepting myself exactly how I am. And I am I know I've said it so many times, it's probably so annoying, but I am super, super sensitive. And it's not just, a PTSD thing or anything. It's, it's a divine gift. No, it doesn't seem like it right now. But it's Saturday today, and, I've just, of course, been asking for guidance and, remove this fear and direct my attention to what you'd have me be, and please grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And through this whole ascension process, when I've been able to, well, it's becoming too painful to not be true to myself. That's what's going on right now. And my boss even mentioned a couple more jobs that are coming up, and nobody's there. I'm super happy and excited about that, because I just go in and I just feel like I do such a great job, and I just love my job so much, and it's not anxiety producing at all thinking about those jobs that are coming up. What I've noticed when I go through these bouts of fear and shedding all the mental conditioning around why I have to go clean that house, that's all shedding off right now. And every time I've got to the place where I finally honor myself and I say, I can't do that. I don't feel comfortable with it at all. And knowing that I can't fully explain that to anybody, that I just, I just need to be true to myself. Oh my gosh, it is amazing how things work out. The tension falls off of me. I just feel like myself again. I feel centered again and peaceful again. Just talking about not going to clean that house makes me feel better. So, in the mind, like part of what's burning off in my mind is like, well, if you were stronger and just go try it one time. Just go see. Well, I already know because I know. I have claircognizance, and that is clear knowing. And my mom recently got a miracle, absolute miracle. She's going to this man called the Pain Whisperer, and she has been diagnosed with a hopeless, like her back was absolutely hopeless. If you saw the x-rays, you wouldn't even understand how she's still walking. And this man, in 2 visits, I mean, the first visit absolutely, completely shifted her perception of her back. And he is 100% convinced and is already doing it, helping her get better. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Oh my gosh. So, miracles happen when I'm on my beam. Miracles are always happening, but I don't see them unless I'm in my center. If I'm scared, I'm in my head and I'm scared. And I used to really freak out about that. I'm like, I'm blocking the miracles. I'm blocking the answers. And then there's more fear. It's like swimming in jellyfish. I jumped off of a ship years and years and years ago. I jumped off of a ship into a ginormous school of jellyfish. And immediately I started trying to swim to get away from them. Well, jellyfish don't swim. Really, they just kind of float around. So when I was doing this, I was bringing them to me. So, being scared of feeling scared, being scared of the scary thoughts, it's like swimming in jellyfish, and it's just a vicious cycle. That's why it's so important to talk, for me to talk to people through this, because, my mind is just so, it just feels powerful right now. But it's the practice to take my attention away from it. So I may end up not doing that job. And since I did mention it to my boss yesterday, I started crying and I said, I feel so much anxiety about that job. And I said, I clean houses so I don't have to be around people. And she's so sweet. She's very sensitive also, thank goodness. And she was literally like, oh, yeah. And she was just like, well, just do your best, and if it doesn't work out, well, that made me feel so much better, because she was just like, if it doesn't work out, it's not going to affect your job at all. And that was like the fear, So I'm learning to outgrow fear. And when I first got sober, when I first quit drinking, 16 years ago now, just got 16 years, they have a book in AA, and I was reading out of that book one day, or somebody was reading out of it, and I heard or read, and we will outgrow fear. I was like, I want that. I believe that, my daughters and I believe that, and my mom, we believe we brought certain things onto the planet from our last lives to resolve and work through. And this is the lifetime that we're doing it. Obviously, we're resolving it. We're super aware of it. And one of the things that I brought to resolve is fear. Yeah, seriously, to outgrow fear. Absolutely. When I saw that or heard it, and I saw, and I was just like, that's possible. Once I realized that something's possible, of course I'm going to do it. Whatever it takes. I will outgrow fear as much as possible. And I'm here to help others do that too. Because fear to me is at the taproot of everything evil. It is. It's they're showing me, the amnesia that the us beings have been in for so long. Fear is like the thing that's weighing down the veil that has made us forget. And once that fear just keeps releasing, and I'm not saying it's comfortable, but it's worth it, because it's freedom. So if you feel like you're on the struggle bus today, I'm feeling so much better. Thank you so much. If you feel like you're on the struggle bus today, don't hesitate to reach out. All it takes is a few minutes to start alleviating that pressure and to talk about it and start shifting the perception to see things differently, you know, from the bigger picture, from the true perspective. And from our true perspective, there is no fear. Unless, you know, a lion's chasing us or something, but there's not that, you know, the PTSD fear, the fear that's triggered by, you know, just lifetimes of conditioning. I love you so much. I really, really do.